Joe Rogan's opening remarks on Mayweather. Joe Rogan explains how Floyd Mayweather gained fame not just for his boxing skills, but because of his controversial personality. He highlights how Floyd constantly flaunts his wealth, showing off million-dollar watches, private jets, and mansions, which has made people both hate and love watching him fight. After Mayweather's financial troubles were exposed, Rogan mocks Floyd for his silence on his bankruptcy and growing public backlash. Part 2. Interview segment. Mayweather's response to criticism. Mayweather's defense of his wealth. Floyd. Mayweather responds to the criticism, claiming that wealth creation isn't a crime. He contrasts himself with figures like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates, who continue to make money in their later years without backlash. Mayweather argues that he is unfairly criticized because of his race, and the scrutiny he faces is racially biased. He calls the judgment of his wealth purely racist. Part 3. Logan Paul's experience with Mayweather. Logan Paul on being misled by Mayweather. Logan Paul shares his frustrations about working with Floyd Mayweather, explaining how he was delayed in getting paid for his work and felt like he was being strung along. Logan sarcastically comments on the situation, suggesting that Mayweather doesn't control his finances and expresses his own disappointment in how things turned out. He jokes about the situation on social media, poking fun at Floyd's financial issues. Part 4. Interview segment. Triple H on Mayweather's decline. Triple H's perspective on Mayweather. Triple H expresses disappointment in Mayweather, explaining that Floyd's personal flaws, like his lack of focus and ongoing family drama, have begun to show. He suggests that Mayweather is not prioritizing his career anymore, which has led to his downfall. Part 5. Public reactions and media criticism. Gareth A. Davies on Mayweather's frustration. Gareth A. Davies notes that Mayweather seems visibly frustrated by the situation and suggests that this controversy will be a long-term issue for Floyd, given the scam allegations. Aid Oladipo on Mayweather's legacy. Aid Oladipo critiques Mayweather's constant flaunting of wealth, saying that it has overshadowed his true boxing legacy. Oladipo expresses disappointment, saying that his obsession with money has now backfired, damaging his legacy. Part 6. Interview segment. Joe Rogan on Mayweather's influence. Joe Rogan on the public's changing opinion. Joe Rogan discusses how Mayweather's obsession with showing off his wealth has led to envy and animosity in the boxing world. Rogan argues that this has played a big role in the growing resentment towards Mayweather, especially now that his financial troubles are public. Rogan further comments that while Floyd was once revered for his skills, his legacy is now tainted due to his materialistic behavior. Part 7. Conor McGregor and Dana White. Mocking Mayweather. Conor McGregor's mockery. Conor McGregor sarcastically offers to help Floyd Mayweather with his financial troubles, suggesting that he could bail him out with $120 million from real estate. McGregor continues to mock Floyd, joking about how he's now facing issues with the IRS and questioning his involvement with liquor and other vices. Dana White joins in the mockery. Dana White laughs about Mayweather's tax problems and continues to make light of his financial difficulties, suggesting that he will never bounce back from this scandal. Jake Paul calls out Mayweather for being money-hungry. Jake Paul criticizes Floyd Mayweather, accusing him of being driven solely by money and not paying his taxes. He mocks Floyd's actions on social media and calls him a clown for continuing to fight at his age, especially when he's financially struggling. Oscar De La Hoya on Mayweather's legacy. Oscar De La Hoya's views on Mayweather's obsession with wealth. Oscar De La Hoya points out that Mayweather's obsession with wealth has now tarnished his legacy. He suggests that Floyd's desire for money and fame has caused him to make poor decisions, leading to the public backlash that will likely stick with him for the rest of his career. 50 Cent talks about Floyd's financial betrayal. 50 Cent shares a personal story about lending Floyd money when he was in jail, but when it came time for Mayweather to repay him, Floyd acted as though he had no recollection of the situation. 50 Cent expresses his disbelief and frustration at Mayweather's actions.